Family, it's Hanu. You're tuned to the State of the City here live on Soul Classics 1590 WFBR. I'm your host, Brother Muhammad. Let me thank all of you at the top of the hour, the top of the show, and the top of the flow for having us locked in and clocked in on those raggedy radios. Please do yourselves a favor. Turn them up nice and loud to get you a big fat Monday, late morning, early afternoon crowd on this Monday, March the 24th, 2014. And then go one step further. Call your family, call your friends, call your kit and kin. Call the co-workers, the slow workers, and even more, those that are guaranteed to become no workers right about now. Let them know that the State of the City is on the air. Got a lot to share, and a special guest that should be joining us in just a few. But we got much more that we got to do. So in the meantime, in between time, let me start the show off as I always do by first and foremost reminding you that we're now streaming live on the World Wide Web, so you can join us at www.1590wfbr.com. And for those that would like to join us on our social network media page, you can do so kindly by going to our Twitter page, which is the #1 State of the City. And if you'd like to send me the Facebook request to be my Facebook guest, you can do so at Darren, D-A-R-E-N, State of the City. Last name is spelled Muhammad, M-U-H-A-M-M-A-D. Spell it right, get it right, and you'll have us locked in your site. Last but surely not least, those that want to join us on TuneIn Radio, you can go to TuneIn, zoom in to WFBR 1590, and you'll be soon in listening to the show in the flow this afternoon, wherever you are, uptown, downtown, if you just happen to be riding or flying through town, or if you're cruising through town, down at the port or the fort, you can get in on the conversation. If you're listening in the east, in the west, in the north, and the south, you can tune in to TuneIn Radio to WFBR. And for those that want to just cut right to the gap and join us on our app, you can go to our Spreaker app at www.Spreaker.com, and you can get in where you fit in where you get in on the conversation. And speaking of the conversation, let me start the show off as I always do by dedicating the show to my brother and friend, Brother Eric Easton, and to all of those who made it through the weekend in the city of Baltimore, in the state of Maryland, and the United States, and on the planet. And a special dedication to all of those that came out this past Saturday at Sojourner Douglas College to be a part of the lecture, the teach-in, and the fundraiser to support Reality Speaks, to support one of our institutions, our small businesses, and Terra Cafe, and of course to support yours truly, Brother Muhammad. So clearly this was 3D, this was the trifecta. So I thank those that came and gave up their time, their talent, and their treasure, not caught up in the distractions and the factions and the fractions, and caught up in March Madness or March Mayhem, because you better hold on to your seats and hold on to your ride, because there's going to be much more turbulence, I promise you, over the next couple of days, the next couple of weeks, and the next couple of months in this city, in this state, in this country, and on the planet. But I thank those that came out this past Saturday. And speaking of thanking, and this past Saturday, let me thank the living legend, Baba Dick Gregory, the activist, the conscious comedian, one of the original kings of comedy, the nutritionist, the humanitarian, who joined me on this past Saturday on the State of the City. I want to thank him for, again, taking time out of his busy schedule and joining us. And we will promise that we'll have him come back soon and very soon, because there was much more that we did not get an opportunity to discuss that I want to make sure that we have an opportunity to discuss with our great elder and talk about what we can do to show our love beyond a TV show, the unsung TV series that was done by TV One. But what can we do as ordinary people when we come together with the Spirit of God and with our synergy of energy, that we can do extraordinary works to show our love and appreciation for the living legend Baba Dick Gregory, for his beautiful wife, who, again, was an unsung hero, being side by side with him and being sometimes in front of him in terms of, again, going to jail to make life better for many in this country and on this planet, black, brown, red, yellow, and white. So we should have a attitude of gratitude to say thank you, thank you, thank you, not just in our words, but in our deeds and in our actions, and be willing to protect our legacies, respect our legacies, and never, ever, ever neglect our legacy. And so let me get a couple announcements out of the way, and then we're going to go a little deeper into the show and the flow as we're hoping to be joined by a young brother that will be joining us. So speaking of that young brother, the Winkler Investor Group, LLC, presents Real Estate Investing 101. Learn to invest in real estate without cash, credit, qualifying loans, or even a job for one of the top residential real estate investors in the area. When? It's going down this upcoming Saturday, March the 29th from 4 to 8 p.m. Where? At the TAV, Baltimore. That's TAV, located at 25 East North Avenue and Suite U4. The tickets or admittance fee is $10. And for more information, you want to give Brother Dennis Asar Winkler a call at 443-333-2970. Again, that number is 443-333-2970. Or you can hit him up with an email at winklerinvestorgroup@gmail.com. Again, that's going down this upcoming Saturday, March the 29th. Also going down this upcoming Saturday, March the 29th, will be the Baltimore Natural Hair Care Expo, Saturday and Sunday, and that's taking place again and thought to you by Heads or Dreads and Heads Natural Hair Care Center, Sister Malika Cooper. And if you want more information on this event, it's going to be at the 5th Regiment Armory. So if you want more information, give Sister Malika Cooper a call at 410-298-0660. Again, the number 410-298-0660, or you can go online to Natural Hair Care Expo@gmail.com for more information on these 2 days of celebrating, of course, Baltimore Natural Hair Care Expo. Don't want to miss it. They're seeking presenters, models, and performers. So again, for more information, give Sister Malika Cooper a call. Also on this upcoming Saturday, it's going down in the city of Baltimore. I believe this is the 11th annual Black Marriage Day. So celebrating Black marriage. Again, this is brought to you by the Wedded Bliss Foundation here in Baltimore, Maryland. Their national office is in Washington, D.C. So again, it's going to be, I believe, this upcoming Saturday, 2 p.m. at the Sheridan Baltimore Washington Airport, BWI in Lincoln, Maryland. And if you want more information, you can go online. We have posted that information on our Facebook page, but they will be talking about, of course, Black love, talking about the importance of Black marriage, strong relationships, healthy relationships, how to stay together, finding the right mate, keeping the fire burning, the lasting love, forever love, the helpmate, and qualifying yourself for marriage, and are you marriage material? And again, this event is brought to you by the Wedded Bliss Foundation. And as I said before, this is to strengthen our relationships and celebrating and elevating traditional marriage in Black America, and that's nationally as well as globally, and to strengthen our family and the generations to come. So I thank those from Sister Nisa Islam, Brother Minister Jamil Muhammad, our sister here in the city of Baltimore, who is the captain of the MGT and GCC, Sister Captain Leslie Muhammad, and her handsome and beautiful husband, always out there soldiering, Brother Dorsey Muhammad, and all of those that are bringing this event. And so, God willing, if we're able to bring them on, again, we'll be honored to have them on before the week is over. And if not, briefly on the Saturday show, if not on the Thursday show, to give you a personal invitation to come out to be a part of this event that's taking place again this weekend as we celebrate, once again, as I said, Black marriage at a time when we see all others celebrating, of course, pride. But the pride they're not talking about is Black pride. They're talking about LGBT pride or gay pride. We have to be willing to celebrate and to pass on to our children and to highlight the importance of marriage and the importance of preparing oneself for marriage and the importance of family, since family is the basis for community development, self-development, then family development, then our communities, and from there, our nation. So that's very important that we find ourselves, whether you are married or whether you're single, supporting such an effort and such, of course, a celebration of family in the city of Baltimore and the state of Maryland, in America and globally. So again, you're tuned to the State of the City. Let me go to this quick musical break, see if this is my guest that's scheduled to join me online, and then if not, we're going to come back, go a little deeper into the show and the flow this afternoon. So again, spread the news. We're back together again, but here on Mondays on Soul Classics 1590 WFBR. So listen to this message, and we'll be back with more of the State of the City. 'Cause you and I back together again. The world can stand. You and I back together again. The world can stand. It's all together. Problems we defeated. I'm in the heart hand. You take all that I got. Need it, baby. Welcome back. You're listening to the State of the City. That's right. We're back together again. And speaking of being back together again, I'm honored to take this opportunity now to have this young brother who is the Baltimore representative for the chief elder and the head of the African village, or the Universal African Village. And of course, they have a holistic ministry and a realistic ministry, and they're doing some good works in the city of Baltimore and globally. And so I'm honored as I go to the line to take this opportunity to introduce to some for the first time on these airwaves of Soul Classics 1590 WFBR, but also to take this opportunity to allow you to get acquainted with this young brother who's doing great works on behalf of, again, Chief Elder Ray Hagan, that many of you have heard on these airwaves. You've heard him on the Michael Baisden Show. You've been listening to him and hearing him on Carl Nelson's show over the past couple of months. He's been a regular on Carl Nelson's show, and I look forward to hearing him, and I look forward to, again, talking to all of the young brothers and sisters that he has under his leadership and the great works that they're doing in the city of Baltimore. So let me take this opportunity once again, introduce to some and reintroduce to others, and allow more of you to get acquainted with Brother Asa Winkler. Peace, brother. Are you there?
Peace, brother. Peace, brother Darren. How you doing?
I'm good, brother. How are you, and how's the family?
Everyone's doing great.
Good. Well, for those that may not know, let's give out your contact information and also the location where the African Village can be found here in the city of Baltimore.
Okay, my name is Dennis Asa Winkler. My personal phone number where you can reach me is 443-333-2970. Again, 443-333-2970. You can also reach me by way of Facebook. Also, my email address, which is Winkler Investor Group. I'm sorry, my phone, someone clicked it on my line, is winklerinvestorgroup@gmail.com. The location that we have our fellowship is at 25 East North Avenue, Suite U4.
Yes, sir.
That's in the cultural, not the cultural north, that's actually in the North and Charles.
Yes, sir. The shops.
Shops of North and Charles.
Yes, sir. Stop and shop, and of course, get the word at the same time, brother. Yes, sir.
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead, man. One of the reasons we wanted to bring you on was to talk about, before we get into the real estate investing 101, you are the Baltimore representative for Pastor and Chief Elder Ray Hagan. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I'm the minister here,
Yes, sir.
in charge in Baltimore, Maryland, under the leadership of Dr. Ray Hagan internationally. Also, the national administrator right next to Dr. Ray on a national level.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, can't do a show and interview with you without talking about that great leader and that great servant for our people here in America, but internationally, as you said. Talk about some of the ministries that you have there, because you have a very youthful ministry, a very youthful congregation, and it's a holistic and realistic ministry, as I've watched from a distance and also up close and personal. So if you would, talk about that for some of the listeners, brother.
Oh, man. Well, sometime not too long ago, we were asking, what does the community need? And we were just saying, does the community need someone, another ministry that just talks, or we come together on Sunday and just preach a sermon,
Right.
And pretty much we leave the doors and see each other again the following week.
Yes.
So we come to the conclusion, after, many leaders, pretty much a lot of our scholars, brothers like you, Brother Muhammad,
Yes, sir.
who actually, not just talk the talk, but walk the walk, who said that we need to actually do some things.
That's
And
right.
a sister asked me just about 2 weeks ago. She said, "What's your mission statement?" And the African Village has a mission statement.
Yes, sir.
But I won't just go into the African Village's mission statement. I'll go into what I told the sister.
Right.
I told the sister that what we try to do, or what we strive to do here at the African Village of Baltimore, is to apply what our many scholars have put forth. So I said that, we've already did the theory. It's time to make the theory come to reality.
That's right.
So that's what we pretty much want to do. We have rites of passage program where we deal with and we rear, we help young men come to manhood from the ages of 13 all the way up into any age of a brother who's never been through a rites of passage program at the African Village. That's one of our really strong programs that we have.
Yes.
We're doing a lot of work in the community. We also have a martial arts program that my father, my Baba, who's brought me up in the African-centered community. My Baba Asar, he teaches Tai Chi and Qigong, self-defense. We go through a lot of different things. And whatever I say about what we teach is just, we can't even put it in words. It's just like being black, spiritual. It's just something you don't have words for. Also, one of our other cornerstone programs is the Black Genius Youth Academy. Brother Sankofa,
yes, sir.
Our leader in that department, was not too long ago before he was on the airs of your program.
Yes, sir.
Him and Brother Montu and the little ones.
That's right.
So, yeah, and then we also have our weekly fellowship. We do fellowship, but we don't just fellowship to teach at.
Right.
We actually fellowship so we can all learn together, grow together, and build together.
That's right. That's important, brother. That's very important. So, again, family, just tuning in, having a conversation with Brother Minister Dennis Asar Winkler of the, again, Universal African Village here in the city of Baltimore, who represents, again, the great elder and pastor, Dr. Ray Hagan. So, again, talk about Pastor and Dr. Ray Hagan, brother, because I think that probably for me, next to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, or really right beside the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, when I want to get my soul watered, man, and when I want to learn more of what I do not know, then he's one that I can't wait to listen and to tune in. And probably one of the most sought-after speakers, and not just a lecture, but teachers in terms of teaching our people with practical knowledge, wisdom, understanding, overstanding, and an understanding. Speak about him if you could.
Okay. Dr. Ray, I call him Dr. Ray, affectionately, or Doc.
Yes, sir.
He's a wonderful gentleman. He doesn't want to... He doesn't want to come from a authoritarian type of view. He wants to level the playing field.
Yes, sir.
With all degrees. He has so many things that he can just be so, act like he's so much bigger than you. But Dr. Ray is a down-to-earth guy.
Right.
Honestly,
yes,
if you get to know him, he's a beautiful, beautiful brother. He really wants a lot for our people.
Right.
A lot of people know Dr. Ray by his messages, such as the Council of Nicaea.
That's right.
The verdict is in.
Yes.
When he talks about religion.
That's right.
I'm not going to go into many details about all that, but we know Dr. Ray by that.
Yes, sir.
But what I want people to know about Dr. Ray is that he's a lot deeper. Let me say a lot deeper.
That's right.
Than what those messages.
Yes.
He has plenty of messages.
That's right.
And the other messages, I would ask everyone to go in and check out his other messages about how to live, relationships. Actually, he has a message on how to secure your assets.
That's right.
And
yes,
I was working with a brother here. He's probably listening, not too long ago. I'm sorry, let me say that. I'm working with a brother right now with the real estate.
Yes.
Right now, that Dr. Ray put on a workshop here in Baltimore a few years back, and actually through that workshop, this brother was awarded, some properties as a lawsuit, because there's a lot of fraudulent things going on with the banks and things in real estate.
That's right.
And so on and so forth. So, Dr. Ray really goes in. He doesn't go off on the loose end, but he certainly is a beautiful brother.
That's right.
Teacher, and he's a wonderful person.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, thank you. Well, let's talk about this Real Estate Investing 101 class. Speaking of, again, the ministry, because all of this is real, brothers. Not talking about heaven in the sky. We're talking about heaven right here on earth, man. You want something sound while you're on this ground and while you want to stay around to pass on to the generations to come. So talk about this real estate investing 101 that's coming up this weekend.
You say all of it is real, huh?
Yes, that's right.
No, I like how you put that, and it's actually where I am in life.
Yes,
if I had to, I've been a business person since my inception.
Yes, sir. That's right. That's right.
But it comes to a point in your life where you get and you realize that you're getting older.
Yes.
And then it's all types of people coming at you with their different religious ideologies, and I've come from a foundation of Afrocentricity,
right,
or whatever you want to call it. I don't need to put a label on it.
That's right.
But so I had to get deeper into my myself, my people. That's how I was brought up.
Yes, sir.
I couldn't be said another way.
Right.
Although I understand and appreciate, I can appreciate anybody. But I'll tell you, it was a point in my life where I took my little business hiatus.
Come on, brother. Yes, sir.
And I took my business hiatus and got to a whole, spiritual level. And I said, let's get it in with the people. Let me go down a little to come up with my brothers and sisters.
Right.
And I tell you one thing, what I realized, Brother Darren, is going down, from my business, just my business perspective, just doing business all the time, coming into the conscious, whatever you want to call it, community, trying to bring some people up with me. That's a very hard thing. I'm not going to lie to you. It's been a very hard ordeal. But what I have realized in my stay here,
yes, sir,
is that, economically, we need money.
Yes,
we need money.
Right.
And not just money, because I'm one of those people who say, I don't personally think that one thing is the solution to our problem.
Right.
But I do know that we need money.
Yes, sir.
So, because we have all these great ideas.
Right.
We have all the great ideas. We have all the philosophical solutions, but
yes,
we just don't act. So what I'm doing now, I want to give a little bit of what I've done in my life very successfully at prices that nobody else is doing it for.
Yes, sir.
Unheard of. I'm talking about grassroots.
Right.
$10 to get in a workshop that can teach you how to make thousands of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you got a job, if you have a high school diploma, education, non-education, 3 teeth in your mouth, whatever.
Yes, sir.
You can make some money.
Okay.
And you can take this money and not even worry about it being money, because you can take this money. If you're so spiritual,
right,
you can take this money and put it into your temple, church, synagogue, mosque, village, whatever you want to call it.
That's right.
But what I'm saying is, one thing I realize is we need money.
Yes, sir.
So what I'm going to teach in this workshop is a technique called wholesaling. This workshop here is called Wholesaling 101.
Yes, sir.
And essentially, wholesaling real estate is getting a property on a contract,
mm-hmm,
not to buy,
yes,
but not actually having to put your own money up.
Yes, sir.
And you can actually find an end investor and make anywhere between, let's say, $3,000, $20,000, $30,000 off a contract.
Yes, sir. Okay.
And I've made money in between, all up in that area.
Yes, sir.
And an average of probably $10,000 or more.
Okay. Now, the Real Estate Investing 101 workshop is going to be taking place. What's the date and the times?
This one coming up this month is March the
yes,
29th. It's going to be from 4 to 8 p.m. Get there early, because a lot of people are going to come out.
Yes, sir.
We're going to be going from beginning to the end. And like you say, Brother Dan, we might just take some more time.
You got to take some time, brother, because, again, business is warfare, man, and this has been kept away from our people for years, man. I mean, when we look back at history, Amway started out in the 50s. We didn't find out about it till the 70s. You know what I mean? Prime America been around since the 60s. We ain't found out about it till the 90s. So, then they come with, what's the other big item that everybody's selling right now in the black community? Is that the Organic Gold coffee?
Organic Gold.
Yeah, Organic Gold coffee, man. I mean, they were selling that for years, and now some of our people just getting in on it, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. So this is an opportunity in terms of, again, man, teaching the young generation. We ain't talking about flipping. We ain't talking about predatory lending. We're talking about something on the ground level Real Estate Investing 101. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. And it don't cost you an arm and a leg to even have to participate in this kind of investing class and this information class that takes place monthly. So, again, that's just this upcoming Saturday, March the 29th from 4 to 8?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Where can people call for more information?
443-333-2970.
Yes, sir. Okay, let's get that number one more time for the fast writers, brother.
All right, 443-333-2970.
Yes, sir. And now, how long is these monthly classes have been going on in Baltimore?
Well, like I said, around 2000, I've been doing the classes. I've been teaching people since 2007.
Yes, sir.
But I stopped for a while, and I started back up because it's like you said, you gotta get in on the front end.
That's right. You gotta get in where you fit in.
We wait till it's too late.
Right.
I'm on the phone with you, brother. I'm rhyming like I'm you.
Yes, sir. No, you are me, and I'm you, brother.
So,
yes,
you
sir.
know, we wait too late.
Right.
And what I'm saying is, right now, everybody's not telling you that there's a market shift.
That's
you
right.
know, everybody's not telling you that real estate is really jumping. You
Right.
see everybody coming out about to teach, and sometimes we're getting why it's too late.
Right.
Some changes happening in the market. It's been going on for about a year.
That's right.
So it's time to really get in on it.
Right.
And like you said, the whole predatory lending and this and the other. See, the problem is, my thing is not always that people. It's not. A lot of times we are the people who are being taken advantage of.
For the lack of knowledge, as the scripture says, right?
So
For the lack of knowledge.
with this type of information, you
Right.
won't be the person who's being taken advantage of, and you don't have to take advantage of anyone.
That's
But
right.
with this information, you'll learn
Right.
how to treat people fair
That's right.
and also make a good living at the same time.
That's right. And while you're having this class in Baltimore, what they will learn is not limited to Baltimore. Right now, you got the Chinese, the Taiwanese, the Japanese, and everybody else coming to Detroit and buying homes in Detroit for less than $500. So you can take this information and go to another city or another state and get some investors and buy some land. Is that right?
Absolutely. And I also want to mention this also because I know you're on the web.
Yes,
and
sir.
also this class will be available through the World Wide Web because we're going to be streaming. So anybody, any of your listeners out there who are not in Baltimore,
Right.
you can access this information because we will be streaming it live as well.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, before we wrap up, man, let's give the number one more time. And we may have to do a class just on social media, man, because many of our people, in terms of brothers and sisters over 40, are not familiar with Facebook, not familiar with Twitter, not familiar, and some become intimidated by the knowledge. And so we have to be willing to share that knowledge with them so that they can learn. And again, using modern technology in order to advance our knowledge, our base of knowledge and wisdom, but also just our communications. Again, not just locally, but also nationally and internationally. So if you would, let's give the information on the real estate investing class, time, location, and again, more information where brothers and sisters can call, and the fee, of course.
Okay. It's real estate investing, wholesaling 101. It's going to be happening March the 29th, 2014, at the TAV Baltimore. That's an acronym for the African Village. If you didn't know,
That's right.
happening at the African Village of Baltimore. The time, I don't know, from 4 to 8 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Get there on time because we will
That's
be
right.
starting on time and going to 8, if not a little bit more time.
So they gotta turn them TVs off and get out of that March Madness. So they can have some March gladness, brother, if they participate in this class. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Please continue.
So my phone number again is 443-333-2970. Again, 443-333-2970, and we are available via. We're going to be streaming this as well.
Okay, and we will continue to announce the workshop and the investor group class that's coming up between now and Saturday. And of course, we got to get you in studio, brother, soon and very soon. And I think we're going to be definitely reaching out to our great elder and Pastor Dr. Ray Hagan before Easter and all of the other holidays that's coming upon us to really, I think, make it plain for the people regarding, again, how all of this is tied into our traditional African religions and tied in, of course, to our great Egyptian or our Maya in terms of our, again, history there in ancient Kemet as well. So we definitely got to have him on, and we'll be honored to have you join us in studio when he's on the line with us, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Any closing comments you want to share?
Well, I just want to say thank you, brother, for the time. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you for sharing the information and putting the information that you put out there.
Thank you.
Because I know it's a struggle,
yes.
But, you know, when you love the struggle, it's not a hard thing.
That's right. Yes, sir. And we were honored to be together on Saturday at Sojourner Douglas with Brother Jabari of Reality Speaks and, of course, Brother Terrence Dixon, owner of Terror Cafe. Before I let you go, thoughts and comments on, again, those brothers in terms of what they continue to do in the city of Baltimore.
I didn't hear you because someone was clicking on my line. I don't know. It's very busy right now.
Okay, no problem, brother. We'll let you go with that, man, because I know you got a lot. I mean, that mean they calling about the class. So I better let you get off the line so that you, again, can get brothers and sisters signed up for the Real Estate Investing 101 class, all right?
All right, Brother Muhammad. You have a great day.
You do the same. Peace now. Thank you. And again, family, just tuning in, just concluded our conversation with, again, Brother Minister Asar Winkler, young brother who's representing Pastor and Dr. Ray Hagan very well. And if you haven't had a chance to visit the, again, African Village Ministry there, please make sure you stop in to their temple there, again, at 25 East North Avenue at the shops at North Avenue. It's probably about 2 doors up from the old Odell's and on the other side of St. Paul, but also on the other side of Charles in about the middle of the block. So again, the real estate class will be taking place, but also stop in for their ministries as well, because you don't want to miss the messages that they bring. They're not long, but they come strong, and it's a holistic ministry, as I said before. And we've had some of the young brothers and sisters from the Genius Movement that they are a part of, and their academy that they have, led by Brother Sankofa. So we'll have them back on joining us soon. And very soon as well. So what we'll do is open up the lines, get your thoughts, questions, comments on the interview with the living legend, and also open show on any topics that are taking place. Before we came on the air, there was breaking news regarding, again, the mainstream news media talking about the alleged missing, or some say the jacked Malaysian Airline 370. More debris every day, apparently they're locating, but clearly this is a ball of confusion and an illusion. And we have to be willing to see through the matrix of misinformation and disinformation about the corporate-controlled news media that's pushing news or pushing views and calling it news, or the tell-lie vision. The tell-lie vision, in terms of the lies that they're telling, you have to be able to see through the emotions and commotions and always ask, when you see these kind of phenomena, you see these kind of events, you got to ask who benefits physically, who benefits economically or financially, who benefits politically, and connect the dots, and, of course, reveal that which is hidden in plain sight. And that's not plain as in airplane, but plain, as Brother Malcolm always said, make it plain for the people. And we have to be willing to see that which is concealed so that it is revealed to the people or the sheeple. Because understand, I know you're a few days from Easter, but this rabbit hole runs deep regarding what is taking place internationally in the Ukraine, and what is taking place regarding this alleged missing Malaysian airline, which has been jacked. And one day I'll come back, and it'll be an entire show just on that and that alone, because there's so much information that we have to share with you regarding the Malaysian Airlines and MH370, and how this can have major fallout, major drawback against the United States, and as well as what is taking place in the Pacific Rim, or the Pacific region, between China and Malaysia, Malaysia and Indonesia. But this is clearly what America has wanted. When we look at what is going on. And again, we'll open up the lines as we do an open show in this last half hour of the show this afternoon. If there's any local news you want to share that perhaps we may have missed, because there's much that's been taking place in the city of Baltimore and in the state of Maryland. So if you want to get in on the conversation, 410-761-1592. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the State of the City.
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Muhammad.
Wa alaikum salam, soldier. How are you?
I'm good, brother. That was an interesting with Brother Dick Gregory.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
I thank you personally for letting me meet the man in person.
Yes, sir. Right. You're quite welcome. Thank you, brother.
Yes, and that's about it.
Okay. Well, I thank you for checking in. Thank you for calling in, and thank you for always being there, of course, as a brother to a brother. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Thanks again. And with that, we'll take more of your calls, 410-761-1592 if you want to get in on the conversation, 410-761-1592. If not, I'll just go down and read some of these headlines, man. We'll make this Headline Monday in the meantime and in between time, because I have much that I'll be talking about and much that I have to say. So with that, let me come back to the lines quickly. 410-761-1592. Because we're clearly going to help you to see through some of these illusions regarding, again, the corporate mainstream news media and the lies that they're spinning to the American people, while the international media are asking real questions regarding what's happening in the Ukraine, what's happening, of course, in Malaysia regarding the missing Malaysian plane, if it was missing or just jacked, as we talked about, while you caught up in the distractions with March Madness on the basketball court. There's real madness and mayhem that's going on in the world that will affect you. It's already affecting you, and it will get even worse and will get even deeper. I promise you, over these next couple of days, these next couple of weeks, and these next couple of months. But let me come back to the lines. 410-761-1592. Get in where you fit in where you get in. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the State of the City. Turn your radio down some, please. I'll come back to you, but you got to turn your radio down. So with that, good afternoon, caller. You're on the State of the City. Lost that call. Give me a call back if you want to get in on the conversation. But when I come to you, can't listen to me and listen to yourself. So please have your radios turned down. Unless you got a show in the flow, you let me know where your show is. And after this show goes off, we'll make sure we tuned in. And with that, let me come back to the lines. 410-761-1592. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the State of the City.
Brother John, how are you, brother? I want to hear your answer offline. I just wanted to get a comment from you concerning the unfortunate death of Chokwe Lumumba.
Yes, sir.
And I remember when he was elected and then kind of lost touch with it and didn't know he passed away until you discussed it on your show briefly not too long ago. So if you don't mind, I'd like to hear your response to that. Thank you.
All right, I will do. All right, let me take this next call, and then I'll talk about our brother Chokwe Lumumba, the great honor and great ancestor Chokwe Lumumba. With that, let me come back to the lines. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the State of the City.
Hey, Muhammad.
How are you, my elder?
How you be?
I be good. How about you?
Wonderful.
Good.
Hey, look, this is all I have to say to our people, to be prepared to rise. Because now black God taught me the time is changing, and we should be on top. And we should let our minds accept the fact that we're on top and not like act like a person on the bottom.
Yes, sir. All right, so be prepared to rise.
Be prepared to rise.
All right, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, my elder. All right?
All right, buddy.
Okay, peace. And with that, we'll take more of your calls, 410-761-1592. But quickly, our elder, or my brother that called in, talked about our elder mayor, Chokwe Lumumba, the mayor of Jackson, Mississippi. And don't ever forget our open enemies. Never forget in terms of Chokwe Lumumba's strong stand, whether we're talking about his recent stands in terms of, again, those that wanted to force Jackson, Mississippi into bankruptcy, which he said he would not go the way of Detroit, which means those are bankers that's plotting against him, bond holders that were plotting against him. But our brothers was inviting many of our people to invest in Jackson, to move to Mississippi. As I said, every 100 years there's an exodus of black people in this country, as many of us left in the late 40s and 50s and moved on up to Chicago and moved north, although we found out that Baltimore is still moving south. But nevertheless, there was this exodus. And so our brother, who moved from Detroit and moved to Mississippi and continued to be a revolutionary in words, deeds, and action, and an evolutionary. And he was truly walking in the footsteps of men such as Dr. King, men such as Brother Malcolm, men such as Fred Hampton Sr. regarding, again, organizing a rainbow coalition of black, brown, red, yellow, and white. So that in itself would make him a threat. But there were those that was planning, again, for May the 2nd and 3rd, major events with blacks from the diaspora, and even those internationally, that he was a statesman in terms of his work with Hugo Chavez and brothers and sisters in Venezuela, brothers and sisters in Cuba, that he was working with as well. So that alone made him a threat. And our brother went into the hospital apparently to get a checkup for a cold, and then we're later told that he died. So there is one of the elected officials there in Mississippi who has called for, again, an autopsy, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has said that he is willing to foot the bill and to pay the bill to have our brother body exhumed and have a second autopsy, or have an autopsy done, an at-length autopsy done by our experts, so that we can truly know what happened to our brother. But always know you can kill a revolutionary, but you can't kill the revolution. And of course you can kill the flesh, but never the spirit, and never the idea that Chokwe Lumumba was born for, and continues in terms of his son, and in terms of his children as well, in terms of that. And so we're going to hopefully be joined this Thursday by our brother Glenn Ford from Black Agenda Report to talk more about Chokwe Lumumba and the true legacy of Chokwe Lumumba. And it would be nice to see if those in the arts community will do plays and do movies and educate the young people about Chokwe Lumumba, who was 66 years old. So again, they can't just speak the name of Patrice Lumumba and don't know Chokwe Lumumba. Can't speak the name of Tupac but don't know Chokwe. Can't speak the name of Assata Shakur but don't know Chokwe Lumumba and his contributions to, again, our liberation and moving our struggle forward. So we'll continue to stay on top of the story regarding our brother and his death, as well as, again, as we looked at, again, circumstances surrounding his death and those who, again, would benefit from the death of Mayor Chokwe Lumumba. So it reminded me similar to Harold Washington, the former mayor of Chicago, and how he was killed as well, for those who would spike his drink with a drug that basically made his heart explode. And, of course, once the autopsy was done, the heart was removed from Harold Washington, never to replace back into the body of Harold Washington. So this is not new, but this is true in terms of the information that we know regarding what happened to Mayor Harold Washington. And so if they did it again, what makes you think they would not be willing to do it again and again, as long as the same script can work and the people don't stop and ask questions, demand answers, and then put some press, since you talking about, some of you, March Madness. Press those that need to be pressed and stress those that need to be stressed so that we can truly find out what happened to our great elder. There's a petition I know that some brothers and sisters have that are circulating regarding what happened to Chokwe Lumumba. Petition signed regarding what happened to Malcolm X's grandson, as we'll be coming up on that date soon and very soon as well. So again, we should be fighting on many levels since we're being attacked on many levels. But again, I thought that those that was trying to force him into bankruptcy, as they did the hip-hop mayor in Detroit, and sent him to jail even after he played ball with them and cut a deal. Even after Dave Bing, the retired NBA player, played ball and cut a deal, they still came in and forced Detroit into bankruptcy, while Wall Street and those casinos are still making plenty of money. While Gilbert, what's his name? Dan Gilbert, the little Quicken Loans Jewish gangster with the rest of them, and they are gangsters, let me make that clear, sucking Detroit dry. But don't worry, they coming to a city near you, as they're already here in Baltimore. The question is, will you fight them? Will you fight them on every level? This is a matter of your life and your death and your quality of life. But with that, we'll come back to the lines. If you want to get in on the conversation, 410-761-1592, as we have an open show. Because as I said before, there's much that I'll get into over this missing Malaysian airline hijack by the United States military, United States Navy, taken to Diego Garcia. And some of you have no clue, because they didn't teach you in geography where Diego Garcia is, and you still trying to figure out that little television show, where in the world is Carmen San Diego, much less where in the world is Diego Garcia. But let me come back to the lines. 410-761-1592. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the State of the City.
Hey, good afternoon. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, brother. How are you?
All right, pretty good.
Good.
Hey, John.
Yes.
Listen, Saturday, I pulled up alongside of Delegate Haynes.
Delegate who?
Haynes.
Okay.
And we rolled down the window, and I said, hey, look, man, what did y'all do? You didn't bring any beef back. And when are y'all going to get these record libraries open?
Yes, sir.
And he said to me, he blames it on Stephanie Ross.
Yes. Well.
He said, you blame that on your mayor. And I said, so where you get the money? He said, when they get the casino money,
right,
that's when the records in the library is going to open.
So we gotta have a vice in order to be able to get some virtue. We gotta be able to gamble in order for our babies to have some schools and some lights on their fields. Is that what you're telling me? He said, brother.
That's what he was saying. But listen to this.
Yes, sir.
I asked him, why he come on your show and tell the people that.
Right. Come on, brother.
Yes, sir. All you got to do is call him.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll call him, brother. Okay? And we'll see if he comes on. All right?
I want you to call him, and I want to see how brave these guys really are.
Yes, sir.
Because for the world of me, I can't understand they going down here in Annapolis every year.
Right.
And when they come back uptown, there's no improvements in the quality of life for us.
Yes, sir. Yeah. For the most part.
I don't know of any legislation.
Right.
They're trying to pass.
Right.
You done put on the radar.
Right.
That they introduced some legislation to get black some money.
Right.
Put it on about some bond money. They're just not doing anything.
Yeah. For the most part, most of them are not. Yes, sir. For the most part, most of them are not.
I hate to put a blanket,
right.
And I know Miss Carter is.
Yeah, Delegate Carter. Yes, sir. She always looking out for her community, but she needs support. She needs help, and of course, making sure that we continue to have her back regarding, again, when she stands up for the community and standing up for the voiceless and the choiceless, not just in her district, but throughout the city of Baltimore. Let me take some more of these calls, all right, brother?
Okay,
thank
you.
But I will reach out. All right, I will do. Okay, thank you for your call. Now, with that, we'll take more of your calls. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the State of the City.
Yeah, how you doing, John Muhammad?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing fine, brother. Thank you for having Barbara Gregory on Saturday. You know, I always tell you that,
yes,
you know,
sir.
when I hear that he's going to be on anything,
yes, sir.
I always have to run and tune in because every time that brother comes on a show or whatever it is, you learn something
right
from what he has said.
That's right.
And what I learned yesterday, Saturday, brother,
yes,
it may have been insignificant, but when you look at it, it was powerful, brother. When he mentioned that, you know, your baby toe.
Right.
If you cut off your baby toe,
right,
you're not able to walk because your baby toe is your reasoning for balancing.
That's right.
I never knew that, brother.
Yes, sir. That's right. Yes, sir. Yeah.
I never knew that, man. You know?
That's right.
And to be very, you know, because with us having diabetes and we know that toes and,
yes,
you know, you know, that is very significant, brother. I never knew that.
Right.
But that's why I always pay attention when Dick Gregory is on anywhere,
yes,
and
sir.
I hear that he's on,
right,
because it's not one time I don't learn something from the brother.
That's
and
right.
I appreciate you having him on just about every Saturday almost,
yes, sir.
okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. That's my duty, man. Obligation, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, you know, this thing with this plane, brother, it gets even worse every day, brother. You know, the heat is on.
Yeah.
The heat is on about the truth now, brother.
So it's like when you're chasing somebody to jack your car and they start just dropping stuff in the road. You know what I mean? To get you off the real path. So it's almost like every day they say they dropping something in the ocean, right?
Absolutely, brother.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's amazing, man. It's amazing, brother. You know, I just be sitting here, just be like, you know, really, man, laughing.
That's right.
But another thing, too, this morning, you know, Mr. Young, you know, kind of really challenged you because he had said that, you know, people in Baltimore couldn't name another show that gives them more information than 1010 did, you know?
Yes, sir.
So I had to call in. He wanted to know, can you name me a show? And I called in.
Yeah.
That other clown, he wouldn't put me on. I told him I was going to answer the question
Absolutely.
for him.
Yes,
and
sir.
It's definitely not 1010,
yes,
you know?
Sir. Right.
But that guy wouldn't put me on.
Yeah. Well, look, if what you said wasn't true, all you do is ask him, well, how come they got a gag going on? Anybody call in, they say you can't say Brother Muhammad. They don't mind you saying Faraji Muhammad. They don't mind you saying Brother Carlos Muhammad. But you better not say Darren Muhammad. They cut you off in a minute. You understand? And they tell me I got my own memo, like I'm like a hip hop artist with a demo over there. So I got my own memo in the studio that even all the ones that
I was trying to answer his question. He told callers to call and they can name a show.
Yes, sir.
And I was going to answer the question for
That's
him.
right.
You know?
That's right. Pound for pound, brother. And look, even the ones got customized shows can't invite me on their show, brother. You understand? Now they can come over here. Some of them can even get a show over here. But when they come to me over there, even the ones that say they unbought, unsold, some of the elected officials got shows over there. They can't even have me on their show. And if they say my name, they tell them cut them off, brother. You understand?
Brother.
So it lets you see, man, truth don't need to be validated by their ignorance, brother, all right?
And, brother, come stop by on Wednesday to get your donation, brother. Your donation,
I
okay?
appreciate it, brother. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I'll be in contact with you, all right?
Brother. All right.
Strong call. Love you, man. Just testifying. I appreciate it with that. We'll take more of your calls, 410-761-1592. We're going to continue to float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I'm the latest of the greatest since that Ali. And with that, let me come back to the lines, 410-761-1592. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the State of the City.
Yes, good afternoon, Brother Muhammad, and big up to your program for Saturday. I'd like to get a copy of that. How does it go about getting it?
Call me after the show, and I'll give you the number, and you can call me after the show, and we'll work on getting a copy to you, all right?
Yes, sir, bro. Okay, a couple of things I want to comment on also.
Yes.
Now, about the brother up in Philadelphia that had his testicle crushed. What's your update on him?
The young brother, I haven't gotten any additional information. I'll look into that. I think his name was Darian Butler, I want to say. So I have to look into it, check in with my brother Umar Johnson, who's up there in Philadelphia, give us an update on how that young brother is.
And there's another situation. I don't know if you heard about the one in Jasper, Texas, about the brother who had his...
Yeah, that was brother, last name was Wright. Yes, sir. I remember that.
Right. His ears cut off and his tongue cut out.
Yeah, tongue cut out. And the Justice Department every time they say they're investigating it, but they never step in and make no charges on anyone, brother. And even in Louisiana, with a young 17-year-old, then we had the young brother Chavez Carter last year, who was handcuffed in Arkansas, and they said he shot himself. So, I mean, this is ongoing. We had the young brother in the police car in Milwaukee that suffocated to death because they wouldn't even unroll the window and let the young brother get some air, brother. So this is happening nationally in terms of, again.
And what about the little sister? You heard about the little sister update in D.C. that was missing? Is there anything on that?
I thought I read where she was found. I thought I read where there's two little sisters was missing.
The first one out of D.C.
It's two of them in D.C.
Her father was supposed to kill her girlfriend and holding the girl hostage. There was an Amber Alert out for that last week.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to look into that because there were two. One has been missing since February, and then there's one that was just missing over the weekend, I believe. I think she's been found. Don't know about the other one that was apparently taken out of a shelter. All right?
Yeah, the one out of the shelter. That's the one I was concerned. She's been found. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's good. Okay.
All
right, brother. Okay, I'm gonna call you after the show and get the number so I can get
copy the show.
The program.
Okay. Thank you again, brother, for checking in.
Sir.
All right.
Yes,
peace.
Sir, brother. Thank
and with
you,
that,
brother.
you're welcome. Thank you. We'll take more of your calls. 410-761-1592. And as I said, don't worry. I'm gonna come back. If not on Thursday, Saturday. Probably do not an entire show, at least that first hour, talking about the Malaysian Airlines, and we'll give you a lot of headlines that you can read. We'll talk about the relationship of the employees from Freescale, the micro engineers, and how they were tied to the Blackstone Group and the BlackRock Group, which is, of course, tied to the Carlyle Group, which is tied to Jacob Rothschild. But we'll connect the dots because this could be about some patents, and, of course, this could be about some technology that was being stolen. And now because they can't find these micro engineers, the patents that was in their name now goes to the Rothschild family. So this could be about billions and trillions of dollars, but there's many conspiracies on top of conspiracies that will unravel and connect the dots regarding this Malaysian airline. We'll talk about Diego Garcia and how for 72 hours on March the 8th, they had a no-fly zone and no flights were allowed to come into Diego Garcia. But they had something there that they didn't want people to know about. And most of the mainstream media here is not talking about Diego Garcia. But all in the international media, they're talking about Diego Garcia, how the United States Navy took that plane and took that cargo that was on that plane to Diego Garcia. But we'll get deep into this because this rabbit hole runs deep regarding what happened with the Malaysian Airlines. And we got to slow it down and slow walk it and then wash, rinse, and repeat for many regarding what happened. But I'll get into that on Saturday because it'll give me much more time. But most of what they're spewing, all of what they're spewing from CNN, ABC, and all these other corporate-controlled channels is nothing but propaganda, and they pushing views, calling it news. With that, let me come back to the lines. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the State of the City.
Good afternoon, Brother Muhammad. How are you, brother?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Excellent.
Good.
Excellent. Just had to check in with you, brother.
I appreciate it, soldier.
And share a thought I had regarding that airplane.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people don't know that the transponders, there are 4 other communication vectors
That's right.
on a plane, not including that Rolls-Royce engine where where they can detect signals and things from England.
Mm-hmm.
So to tell us the transponders turned off is, it's almost like say, hey man, I was driving down the street, my headlights turned off.
That's
that
right.
made the car stop running.
That's right.
So just knowing that, rather seeing that, and knowing what happened at 9/11,
right.
we know this is some very powerful people.
That's right.
Behind this thing. So keep your eyes, ears, and mind open.
That's right.
As we go through this, brother.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you checking in and sharing that information. All right.
No doubt, brother. Peace.
All right, brother. Peace. Give me a call later. With that, we'll take more of your calls if you want to get in on this conversation. 410-761-1592, as our last caller was talking about, the Malaysian Airlines MH370. And again, we'll come back and go very deep into that as we've been scratching the surface as I talked about it with the living legend, Baba D. Gregory. But again, the international news media has been talking about it more so than the American Western-controlled news media, CNN using it to get ratings. But we'll talk about how even one of the so-called CNN anchors was tied to the Malaysian Airlines as well, Richard Quest. and make a lot of connections with them, as well as, again, looking at who was on the plane, looking at, again, asking who benefits on many levels. But with that, let me come back to the lines before we begin to wrap up. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the State of the City.
I'd like to thank you, Brother Muhammad, for having. Now I know why you call him the living legend. I saw the
yes, sir.
TV1.
Unsung?
Dick Gregory.
Yes, sir.
Yes, he is a living legend.
That's right.
I saw the TV1 thing on him. It was unbelievable.
Yes,
this
sir.
guy, he walked away from money.
Right.
You know, not a lot of brothers going to walk away from no money now.
That's right. You heard how much he said he was making, right? Like three.
Yeah.
Yes,
that
sir.
was big money.
That's
big money today.
That's big money today. He walked away then,
He
brother.
walked away from it to walk, so we standing on the shoulders of these people.
That's right.
And as far as that guy down there on 1010, I mean, he's crying about what the politicians do, but every time a politician get on this show, all he do is yes, a boss, or yes, a ma'am, or don't let the coach say nothing.
That's right.
So he
get what he
act
deserves.
like he's big and bad, but he's scared.
That's right. Clearly, brother. Well,
he's scared.
May get what he deserves and deserve what he gets. So what he allows.
That's why he got tricked out and
kicked out,
whatever else out of the office himself.
That's right. That's right. Yes, sir. Clearly. That's right. Yes, sir.
Brother.
All right, brother. Thank you for checking in now. Peace. So with that, we're going to begin to wrap up the show. I thank all of you that called in, and again, those that, participated in this conversation and dialogue this afternoon. Got to thank again Brother Minister Dennis Assar Winkler, who joined me in the first half hour of the show. We're going to be back here on Thursday at 12 noon, but we do need your support. So if you want to get a copy of the show, give me a call, 443-762-4762, 443-762-4762. Again, I thank all of you that came out this past Saturday night to Sojourner Douglas. It was good to see many of you, our men, the women, and the young people, the children that came out as well. And as we're wrapping up, let me quickly thank my sponsors. Got to thank Terra Cafe right there, 25th and St. Paul. If you didn't come out, you missed that good Terra Cafe food. Some of us went home with 2 plates because some of you decided not to come. So thank you for that gift. Let me thank Chandler Photography Plus Exquisite, all-inclusive wedding services from start to finish on your special day. Give them a call, 410-668-2512. Got to thank PM Diversified Tax Services. Give him a call for your tax services, 410-367-5615. He will pick up and deliver your taxes. And no show is complete without thanking, of course, the Black Man and Woman's Country Club. You know them as the barbershops and beauty salons. Got to thank the brothers at Park Heights Barbershop, the brothers down across from the mall at Flair Hair, and brother Johnny and Johnny's G-Styles Barbershop, G-Styles Boutique, right there on Duncan Street, off of Monument Street, next to what used to be that old Raggedy Market, but they fixed it on the outside, Johns Hopkins, which is taking over many of your markets. That's a conversation we're going to talk about, I promise you, soon and very soon. So we're going to wrap up, get up out of here. Stay tuned for more great programming coming up after me on these airwaves of Soul Classics 1590 WFBR. But it is March Madness, it's March Mayhem, so as I've said before, stay out of them stadiums. Might want to stay out of them arenas and stay out of them malls. Stay watchful, stay vigilant. So again, we'll be back here on Thursday at 12 noon. We'll podcast this broadcast on our Spreaker page, on our Facebook page, and on our Twitter page. So don't forget to go back and you can listen to the show with the living legend Baba Dick Gregory on any of, those formats, from our Twitter page to our Spreaker page to our Facebook page. So again, you can listen to it. I know some of you downloading it, so you should send your donations. Otherwise, we're going to shut you off and cut you off in terms of being able to gain access to our Spreaker page. Oh, also tonight, what's going on? I think my sister Natasha Muhammad and her brother, who are part of Third Eye, are performing at the Outpost, I believe it is, right there, 1720 North Charles Street. So stop in and support some of our young hip-hop artists, and we're going to hopefully have them back on with us soon and very soon on these airwaves of, Soul Classics 1590 WFBR. So I've been your host, Brother Muhammad, until Thursday at 12 noon. God bless, and let's continue to clean up this mess here, there, and everywhere. Peace.